Hey, let me talk a little bit about delivering an outstanding interview. And let me be honest, I don't think any of us like um, interviews. I think we all start with a negative premise. And I think at the end of the interview, we all assume we haven't done great because it makes it easier to say, oh, it just didn't go my way. But we can do a lot to help ourselves. Okay. And the first thing we can do is preparation. And that preparation is aligning our CV to the job spec. I think a lot of it is saying if we've written our CV and we've written the best CV possible and we focus the CV and our achievements against the job spec, that we really focus on those. I think it's the research that we do, the research into the company. I think the research that we do into the company, the sector, the competitors. I think the research that we do into the key personnel within the company. I think the research that we do into the high flyers within the company. I think it's the research that we do into potential new products, new product areas. I think the research that we do into whether the company is internationally orientated or not. Um, and then I think it's the stuff about us. Okay, and let me take you back to one of the earlier chapters in the book. I talk a lot about differentiation and using achievements. And the reason I talk about using achievements, it revolves a lot around building confidence and maintaining confidence. Okay, so the rationale about using them for interviews. Okay, so if achievements are very much part of the interview process, okay, then, or sorry, if achievements are very much part of the CV writing process, they're there to influence somebody reviewing your CV on calling you in for an interview. And if that achieves success, it's because somebody sees something in your achievements that makes them very interested indeed. And if that's the case, then the reason they're seeing you, primarily in that 7.5 to 10 seconds of reviewing your CV, is because of those achievements. And those are things that you're proud of. And if you're proud of those things, it makes them easier to discuss at interview. So what we're going to do is we're going to formulate our answers and we're going to really focus on those things. So that when we get to an interview stage and we know really that the interviewer wants to hear more about our successes, okay, we are going to deliver the answers to the questions primarily on our achievements. And that enables us to give a confident, outstanding interview. So research helps us be more confident. We're not going to get caught out on any of those questions. The fact that we've written a CV based on our knowledge, a CV based on our achievements, a CV based on our points of difference, enables us to focus on those achievements and those things that we've done that we're proud of. And that helps us deliver on those things at interview, which again, we're talking about things that we're confident in. So that's a positive. Okay. And then that just leaves us answering or delivering great questions at the end. And they can be, what does success look like for you after 6 months? They can be, how do you see my career progressing? They can be, do you give, great training? They can be, how does career progression come about? They can be, can you tell me, why this position's come about? They can be, do you see, your organization expanding in the current marketplace? Think of intuitive questions. And then finally, I think it's really important that we remember some etiquette, okay? So I'm very much old-fashioned, I know, but I'm very much of the opinion that we follow the interview up with an email saying, thanks, that was great to meet you. I really appreciate your time. It would be great to work with you. I'd really appreciate some feedback at some point in time, and I look forward to hearing from you. I don't think that's a problem. I don't think that's desperate. I just think that's great etiquette. Okay. So, good luck with any interviews. Again, if you need any help, please let us know.